find the difference between the volume of the cylinder and the toy. Okay, so what will be for finding out the volume of cylinder? Okay, so what will be the for finding out the volume of cylinder? What is the volume of cylinder? It is pi r square h. Okay, so pi we already know, r will be same for both. What will be h? H will be the height of the hemisphere and the height of the cone. So what will be the height of the hemisphere? This is the from here to here, it will be radius. So it will be, what is the radius? 2. So it will be 5 centimeter. Okay, so this height will be 2 centimeter. Okay, so the total height will become 5 centimeter. So it is 3.14 into r square, that is 2 into 2 into 5. Okay, so this will be your volume of cylinder. Okay, so exact volume of cylinder is 62.8 centimeter cube, and the difference. Okay, so difference of volume is equal to 62.8 minus 29.31. Okay, and you will get the answer. Okay, so this was here will be, we have completed when we have seen the combination of shapes. Okay, when different shapes are combined and we have to find the total surface area or curved surface area, or how much paint is required. Okay, or the volume, complete volume. Okay, so we have seen till here some different types of question. Many more questions will be there, but the main thing, I think, the concept behind it you have understood, that which part to include, that is the main thing. Formulas will remain the same in mensuration. If you have remembered, all the formulas are very important. You have to remember all the formulas. So if you remember the formulas correctly and you know which part to include, which part to exclude, so you cannot make mistakes. Okay, most likely. Now, let's see. Now, we have come the second topic of the same chapter, that is conversion of solid from one shape to another. Okay, many times when you want to drink water, okay, so directly the water is in not in your glass. Okay, it may be in a jug or some container, and you transfer the, for example, if it is in a jug and you transfer the water in your glass. Okay, and jug is cylindrical or some different shape, any other shape. Okay, and you are pouring the water in the cylindrical one, so the volume of the water remains the same. Okay, the volume of the water remains the same, but here the shape of the water changes. Yes, the liquid doesn't have. So these type of question we'll see here. Okay, or for example, a cylinder is made up of of any metal. Okay, and what I'm doing, I'm recasting that cylinder or into smaller spherical balls. Okay, so what will be the volume? Here the volume remains the same. Okay, if we are recasting or we are transferring some any object from the different object, the volume in both the cases of that object remains the same. Okay, so by equating the volume we can find out. Okay, some points that you have to remember here. I have already written the short note. We need to convert solid of one shape to another, that I have already told you many times. We need to change the shape. Okay, when we come across objects which are converted from one shape to another or a liquid, okay, mainly these points are here. Okay, if a solid metallic sphere is melted and recasted into more than one spherical ball, okay, means it is changed into many objects. Okay, one shape object is melted. For example, a cylinder is melted and it is recasted into many spherical balls. Okay, different spherical balls, or many any other shape, or many small cubes. Okay, so the volume of all that combined cubes will be equal to the volume of the cylinder. Yes. So with this key point, you can solve the questions of the conversion of solids from one shape to another. Okay, so that's why you have to remember them. The volume of, it's just, you don't have to remember, you have to just understand this. Okay, the volume of the metallic sphere will be equal to the volume of the sum of volume of all the spherical balls. Okay, now similarly, if a earth is taken up, like many times we need to dig inside the earth. Okay, for example, a well. For making a well, we dig inside the well, inside the earth. Okay, so when you dig, you take out the clay or the earth from inside. Okay, all that mud and all. Okay, and then you make a well. Okay, but whatever clay or mud is taken out, that you material you have used to form an embankment outside the well. Okay, so the same volume, again the volume of the embankment will remain the same of the volume of the cylinder that you have for the well you have created. Okay, वो जो well आपने बनाने के लिए जो आपने पूरा जो भी इनसाइड से आपने जो भी मटेरियल निकाला है उसका वॉल्यूम और जो आपने बाहर कंस्ट्रक्शन किया दैट विल रिमेन द सेम. ओके, if the earth taken out by digging a well and spreading it uniformly around the well to form an embankment in the shape of a cylindrical shell from its original shape of right circular cylinder, the volume of embankment is equal to the volume of the earth taken out by dicing a well. Okay, now if a solid of one shape is converted into solid of another shape. Okay, so first point, volume of the solid to be converted, जो जिस solid को convert किया जा रहा है is equal to the total volume of the solid into which the given solid is to be converted. Okay, जिस shape में convert किया जा रहा है, ठीक है, तो दोनों का volume आपका same होगा. And for example, if you need to find out if the given solid is changed into many another solid but in smaller pieces, okay, so many of solids, okay, then the number of solid of a given shape in which the given solid is to be converted is equal to the volume of the solid to be converted upon volume of one converted solid. Okay, we'll see the question depend on these concepts that we have said. But apart from this, if you have understood the concept that the volume remains same in both the cases, so you can solve any different types of question. Okay, because only 3-4 questions will not be there. Okay, it can be many more questions will be here. Now let's see question number 1. Okay, now a copper rod of diameter 1 centimeter. Okay, copper rod of diameter 1 centimeter and length 8 centimeter. So a copper rod. So copper rod will be of which shape? Cylindrical shape. Diameter is given. What is the diameter? 1 centimeter. So therefore radius is equal to half centimeter and length. Okay, so you can say length or you can height. Okay, because in case of cylinder we need height, so that's why I am taking it as height. Length 8 centimeters drawn into a wire of length 8 meter of uniform thickness. Now it is converted into a wire. So wire is also again a cylinder, but this time this cylindrical is made 8 meter long. So obviously its radius would have decreased. Okay, now we have to find out the thickness of the wire. Okay, so thickness of the wire, that means we have to find out the diameter. Okay, right now the diameter is 1 centimeter. So we need to find out if we are going to convert this the thickness of 1 meter wire. 1 meter wire is there, no? Copper rod. Okay, 1 meter copper rod of 8 centimeter height into a wire of 8 meters. So what will be its thickness? Okay, so again the volume will remain the same क्योंकि हमने same quantity उसी rod को melt करके या उसी rod का पूरा material use करके हमने wire बनाया है. ठीक है, तो दोनों का material जो material लगा हमको बनाने में that will be same. So the volume remains the same. So we have to equate the volume. So first of all we are going to find out the volume of copper rod. Okay, volume of the rod, copper rod will be, what will be the volume? Since it is a cylinder, so pi r square h. Okay, and it will be what? Pi into 1 by 2 square into h is what? 8 centimeter. Okay, 8. Okay, pi, just a minute. Sorry. So we are calculating volume of rod. Okay, so it will be 2 pi centimeter. Okay, in pi centimeter cube. So we have calculated the volume of the rod. Now what will be the volume of the wire? For wire, volume of wire. What will be the volume of wire? Again, pi r square h. So here pi will be pi. I'm keeping it like this only. Okay, and r we need to calculate. So I'm keeping r square, and h will be what it is. It is 8 meter. Okay, all the values are in centimeter if you see, and this is 8 meter. Okay, so we need to convert it into centimeter. Okay, So if we are converting into centimeter, so it is 800 centimeter. Okay, so it will be 800 r square pi centimeter cube. Now if we are going to equate the volume, okay, because the same material, the same wire, a rod is used, same rod material is used to make a wire. So we are going to equate the volume. So it is what? 800 r square pi is equal to 2 pi. Pi will be cancelled, and r square will be equal to 2 upon 800, which is equal to, okay, now r will be root 1 upon 400, which will be equal to what? 1 upon 20 centimeter. Okay, now this is the radius. We need to find the thickness. So diameter will be the thickness. So diameter is equal to 2 into 1 upon 20. So that will be 1 upon 10 centimeter. Okay, now you can change it into meter, or sorry, 1 by 10 centimeters. Then we need to change in millimeter. Okay, so the diameter will be 1 mm. Understood? Any doubt? Any doubt in this?
No, ma'am.
So let's see. Now, one more question I talked to you about, that is the okay. Now, a well of diameter 10 meter is dug 14 meter deep. Okay, so we have make a well. Okay, so well, something like this we have made, and the diameter is 10 meter. Okay, it is. Wait, I'll just make it a little bigger. The diameter is 10 meter. So this is your 5 meter, and it is made deep of 14 meter. 14 meter. Okay. Well is a cylindrical form. You all know. The earth taken out of it is spread evenly all around to a width of 5 meter. Okay. Now, whatever when we dig it, so whatever part of the earth came out after digging this, we use that to make a embankment, okay, around this well. Okay, and the width of this embankment is 5 meter. Okay, to form an embankment, find the height. Now we need to find out what is the height of this embankment. This need to be find out. Okay, so what we are going to do, again the volume will remain the same. So first of all, we need to find out the volume of the cylinder well. Okay, what is the volume of the cylindrical well? Because that much earth has been taken out. Okay, so volume of the well is equal to, it is a cylinder, so pi r square h, which will be equal to anything mentioned? No. So I'm taking 22 by 7 into r. R is 5. 5 into 5 into height is what? 14 meter cube. Okay. Now we need to find out the embankment. Okay. So it is a hollow cylinder type. Okay. So the embankment, cylindrical shell. So area of embankment. What will be the area of embankment? Pi r square. So pi here, r is 2r of embankment. The inner r will be the same one. Okay, the r of the radius of your earth. Sorry, the well, and the outer r in the same. You are going to add the width. Okay, 5 meter. So r square minus r square, since it is a hollow cylinder or shell. So pi 10 square minus 5 square, which is 75 meter square. Okay, wait, pi will also be there, no? You can write 75 pi meter square. Okay, now volume. What will be the volume of the embankment? We have just find out the area of the embankment. Okay, now the volume will be, we have to multiply with h. Okay, so volume of embankment is equal to volume of the well. Okay, so what will be the volume of embankment? It will be area of embankment multiplied by height of embankment. Okay, area of embankment multiplied by height of it. I'm just writing height of embankment, volume of well. So what will be the value of h, height of embankment? H, I'll write here, or wait. H is equal to what? Volume of well upon area of embankment. Okay. Yeah. So H will be volume of well. We have what? Volume of well is 1000. Sorry, 1100. And area of embankment is what? 75 pi. Okay. 75 multiplied by 75 multiplied by 2 by 7. Okay. So you need to solve this and you will get the answer. Okay. This is your answer. Have you understood this type of question? How you are going to do? Understood this question? Satya, any doubt? Trudonian?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Think about the question for 1 minute. Okay. It is a little different question. So how we are going to do this question? Any idea? Sapya Rudronial?
Ma'am, find the volume of the water.
Yes, we need to find out the volume of the water. And when you are finding out the volume of the cube, so height of the cube you will be taking just 7 centimeter. Okay. So let's see. Water is flowing at the rate of 5 kilometer per hour. Okay. But here, when we are finding out the volume of the water, let's see how we are going to do. So rate at which the water is flowing, that is 5 kilometer per hour. Okay. And the pipe diameter is
Ma'am, convert that to meter per second.
yeah, we need to convert that kilometer per hour into meter per second or meter in meter. Okay, so you'll see here, and the diameter is 14 centimeter into a rectangular tank which is 50-meter long. Okay, and 44-meter wide. Determine the time in which the level of the water in the tank will rise by 7 centimeter. Okay, we have to determine the time. So we are assuming that the water will rise in the tank. Let not let us let the times. Suppose the water in the tank will rise by 7 centimeter in X hour. Okay, so we are supposing that in X hour, the water of the tank will rise by 7 centimeter. Okay, and water is flowing with the rate of what? 5 kilometer per hour. So the length of the water flow 5 meter per hour. So therefore, length of water flow in X hour. What will be the length of water flow in X hour? It will be 5x. Okay, kilometer. So we need to change it into meter. So 5000 x meter. Okay, and what is the diameter? 14 centimeter. Okay, the radius of cylinder will be 14 upon 2, which is equal to 7 centimeter. And since the value here is in meter, so we need to take all the things in meter. 7 upon 100 meter. Okay, so the volume of water flowing through cylinder. What will be the volume of water flowing through cylindrical pipe? It will be in X. Okay, volume of water flowing through cylinder in XH. X hour में कितना water flow होगा? That will be pi r square h. Okay, it will be pi r square. We know the volume of cylinder is pi r square h. Okay, we knew the value of pi, we need the value of r, we needed the value of h. Okay, and for this h only we have calculated. Okay, because the water was flowing, okay, through that cylindrical pipe. Okay, so what will be the height of the water in the cylindrical pipe? Since it is flowing with 5 kilometer per hour, and we have assumed that a height will go with 7 centimeter in X hour. Okay, so the length of the water flow in X hour is 5000 x. Okay, now we are going to put the value here and find out 22 by 7 into what is the height? Height is 7 by 100. We have calculated 7 upon 100. Wait, 7 upon 100 is the radius, and height of the water is 5. Talking something. Yeah, radius we have calculated upon 7 upon 100, and what we have calculated is x. Okay, now if you are going to calculate this, x meter cube. Okay, 1 7 be cancelled, 0 3, yeah, 77 x meter cube. Okay, now what will be the volume of water in the tank in X hour? So volume of water in X hour. Okay, in X hour, how much water will be there? It is a cylinder. Sorry, it is a cuboidal. Okay, so length, breadth, height, length, breadth, and height. So length we know it is 50, height is 7 meter, and breadth is 44. Okay, so it will be height is 7 meter. All the units are in meter, but 7 is in centimeter. Okay, so 7 upon 100. Now, if you are going to calculate, it will be 154. 154 meter cube. Now we are going to equate the values because the volume will remain the same. So it will be 154 is equal to 77 x. So x will be equal to 154 upon 7, which implies, yeah, x is equal to 2 hour. Okay, so in 2 hour, the height of the water in the tube will be 7 centimeter. Understood? Any doubt anywhere? Any when you are calculating, do notice the values. Okay, in the starting only, in above only, जब आप गिवन लिखते हो ना, तभी आप सारी वैल्यूज को चेंज करके लिख लेना, ताकि आपको बाद में मिस्टेक ना करो, क्योंकि समटाइम्स ना, जब if you are having less time and you are calculating, because in examination you have a pressure at your head also that you have to complete your paper. Okay, this much time is given. Okay, and since you are a board students, more pressure are there. Okay, so at the time of when you are writing given, that time only change all the values in one unit. Okay, the two values were in meter, this were in centimeter, write it in meter at that time only. Okay, so that you don't make mistakes. 14 also. Okay. Okay, now here a metallic sphere of radius 10.5 centimeter. So a metallic sphere is there whose radius is 10.5 centimeter is melted. Okay, we have melted this metallic sphere and then recast it into smaller cones. Okay, we have recast it into small. Now this time not only a single cone is recasted. Okay, that we have melted the sphere and we have created a cone. We have made a cone. No, we have made a cone, but many smaller cones. Okay, so the combination of all means when you are going to add the volume of all the smaller cones that you have made with the material that you got after melting the sphere, that should be equal to the वॉल्यूम ऑफ द स्फेयर, मतलब स्फेयर को मेल्ट करने के बाद जो आपने जितने भी कोन्स बनाए ना, सबका एडिशन करोगे वॉल्यूम का, तब आपका दोनों का वॉल्यूम सेम होना चाहिए. ओके, नाउ दिस टाइम you have to find out the number of cones that you have made with the help of the melted metal. Okay, so the cone radius is also given and the height is also given. So you can find out the volume of one small cone. Okay, and you can find out the volume of the sphere also. And after that, what we are going to do, because sphere volume we have used for making all the smaller cone, so the volume of the sphere divided by the volume of a single cone, you'll get the number of cones that you have made. Okay, so let's see how many cones are obtained. Now the sphere radius is what? 10.5 centimeter. Okay, and what is the volume of the sphere? It is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Only r was required, and when you are calculating the sphere, you can see here 4 pi r cube, we have got the value of, okay, this value. Okay, I have kept it in fraction because afterwards in the final you can cancel and get the value. Just okay, now it is proper. Okay, now what is the volume of a smaller cone? One smaller cone, single smaller cone. Radius is again 3.5 centimeter. ओके, आई हैव चेंज द फ्रैक्शन इन बोथ द केसेस. फ्रैक्शन को मैंने चेंज करके, मतलब सॉरी पॉइंट्स को हटा करके मैंने प्रॉपर उसमें ले आया है. ठीक है, एंड हियर आल्सो 3.5 into 7/2 centimeter. Okay, so what is the volume of the cone? It is 1/3 pi r square h. Okay, so what will be the volume of the cone? This will be the volume of the cone. Okay, it is 3, seems like 3. Okay, now number of cones, smaller cones will be equal to the number of cones is equal to volume of sphere upon volume of one cone. Okay, so what is the volume of sphere that we have calculated? That is 307 pi upon 2, and which is divided by volume of, that is 49 pi upon 4. Okay, so 4 pi will be cancelled, and you can write it like this: 3087 divided by 2 upon 49. Okay, after calculating, you will get 126. Okay, so 126 cone you can make with the help of this much volume of sphere, if one volume of the sphere is this much. Okay, understood? These are the different types of question that we discussed in the starting. Okay, now after this comes the frustum. Okay, we'll just discuss the introduction of till now. Any problem in doubt, and when you're changing the shape, any doubt in this section?
No, ma'am.
So, what is a frustum? You must have seen buckets in your home. Okay, nowadays these types of bucket are there. Usually, previous days there was a metallic bucket were used to use. People used to use. So they were the shape of frustum. What is the shape of frustum actually? It is a cone. When you cut the cone in the middle somewhere else, so the bottom portion is called the frustum. This is a cone. If you are going to cut from here, okay, now you will get the shape as this. This shape is called the frustum. Okay, this shape is called the frustum, where this is the height, this is radius 2, this is radius 1, and this is the slant height. Okay, understood? So this shape is called your frustum. Okay, now height of the frustum. What will be the height of the frustum? Okay, from the total height of the cone, if you are going to subtract the smaller cone height. Okay, from bigger cone height, if you are going to subtract the smaller cone height, that is C A dash B dash. ये जो आपका कोन कट हुआ ना, इसको आप कर दो C A dash B dash. ओके, कट होने के बाद, और जो प्रीवियस है ना वो आपका ए बी सी है. ठीक है, ए बी सी है. सो when you are going to cut, that means from CO, what is the height? That is OO dash, which is equal to CO minus CO dash. Okay, so this is your height of the cone, height of frustum, sorry, frustum. Okay, similarly, slant height of frustum. So what will be the slant height of frustum? Slant height will be this. So again, slant height of frustum. What will be the slant height of frustum from the bigger? That is A dash, or you can say B dash. Okay, see the figure. This will be the slant height. This one, this one. So it can be written as CA minus CA dash, or CB minus CB dash. Okay, या बिगर वाले में से, ये बिगर वाले में से अगर स्मॉलर वाला हाइट माइनस कर दोगे तो आपको बी डैश मिल जाएगा ना. सो दैट इज योर slant height of the frustum. Okay, now formula related to frustum. What are the formulas that are related to frustum? They are very important. So we should know here h is the height we are taking, l is the slant height, r1 r2 the radius, but r1 is the bigger one and r2 is the smaller one. You should know that which one is the smaller. Okay, so r1 I am taking as the bigger one, r2 I am taking here in the formula as the smaller one. Okay, so the curved surface area of the frustum of the cone is what? Pi r1 plus r2l. Okay, instead of r, I am taking both the r, because here the surfaces are what? In frustum, when you are taking curved surface area, will be just the curve portion. Okay, कर्व सरफेस एरिया तो आपका कर्व वाला ही रहेगा, लेकिन जब आप टोटल सरफेस एरिया लोगे, when you are taking total surface area, then this time you have got two circles, one the above one, first part, now this is the second part, and this is your third part. Okay, so when you're taking TSA, so it will be equal to first plus second plus third. Okay, that means the curved surface area plus the top and the bottom. Okay, so you can see here the formula: total surface area, that is pi rl, that is curved surface area, plus top plus bottom. Okay, so this is your part second. Okay, this is your first and this is your second. Okay, now this is your third. Okay, and first. Understood? And yeah, lateral surface area, this one. This time lateral surface area will be h square plus r1 minus r2 whole square. Okay, it's not h square plus r square, it is r1 minus r2, because you are having two radius. Okay, volume of the frustum. What is the volume of the cone? Pi r pi r square h. Okay, so volume of the frustum will be 1 by 3 pi h, and instead of r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 r2. Okay, so this will be there. Okay, if you remember the formula of the cone, so in that little changes are there, and then instead of r we are going to write r1 plus r. And when you're taking total surface area, so this time you are having three surfaces. Okay, the curved surface, the top, and the bottom. Okay, in the cone top was not there, in the cone only bottom was there. Okay, but when you have cut it here, so one open mouth is there in the above also, so you have to take both the areas, and since it is a circular area, so pi r square. Okay, that's why pi r1 square and pi r. Okay, understood the first term formulas? Just go through the first term formulas, remember it. In the next class we will be solving 2 3 more questions based on the first term. Okay, any doubt? In the next class you'll be having test, and I think till Tuesday your this chapter will be completed. So prepare your ARP. Okay,